Good morning, students. In the previous class, we have started chapter 3rd, Electrochemistry, in which we have discussed about the electrochemical cell, their setup, about salt bridge, their applications. Now, we have to start new topic, that is She, standard hydrogen electrode, which is also called to be as normal hydrogen electrode, that is NHE. Here whenever we need to measure the electrode potential of any of the metal. Here it is required any of the standard unit in another half shell. Like mostly we will be taking two half shell. In one half shell we have a metal, in another one also we have a metal, but the metal should be known. Because of this only we can calculate the electrode potential of other one. So like that, here we will be taking a standard electrode where the value of this standard electrode should be fixed. That's why here we are using hydrogen as a standard electrode whose value is fixed, and with the help of this one we can calculate the electrode potential of other one. Its setup is very simple, in which we will be taking, like always we are saying, whenever we are taking whatever the metal, same electrolyte we have to take, because here we are going to take hydrogen, then the electrolyte should also be of the same solution. That's why here we are taking any type of acid. It may be HCl, it may be H2SO4, but mostly we are taking HCl in the standard concentration. That's why the concentration will be 1 molar. Now here first we will discuss about the setup of standard hydrogen electrode. Standard hydrogen electrode, it is consist of a platinum wire sealed into a glass tube carrying a platinum foil at one end. This platinum foil is coated with finely divided platinum, and the electrode is placed in beaker containing an aqueous solution of some acid. As I told you, this acid may be any of the HCl which contain or which has a tendency to lose H plus ion, where the concentration of this one will be 1 molar. Now the atmospheric pressure, because it is at setup is at the standard temperature and pressure, so here the temperature should be standard, means that is 298 Kelvin, which is 25 degrees Celsius, and the pressure should be 1 atmospheric pressure. This is the simple setup of standard hydrogen electrode. So whenever we are taking this one, this hydrogen has a tendency to lose electron also or to gain electron also. It means this She can behave as both, as cathode or as anode. If it behave as cathode, so we know that in cathode any of the electrode is going to gain electron. That's why here hydrogen is going to gain electron. H plus ion is going to gain electron and get converted into H, because H always exists in the form of diatom. That's why it combines with itself, and then formation of H2 takes place. Secondly, if it behave as anode, so anode is known to lose the electron, means oxidation of this one can take place. That's why H2 is going to lose its 2 electron, and then formation of 2H plus takes place. It means it can behave as both, as cathode or as anode. It depends on the type of metal which we are going to use with this hydrogen electrode to calculate the electrode potential. Now, how to calculate the electrode potential of any of the metal in presence of standard hydrogen electrode? If we are taking zinc, so if She is at cathode and zinc is at anode, like if zinc is at anode, it means zinc is going at anode. What happened? There is loss of electron takes place. It means Zn is going to convert into Zn2 plus. So here the value of standard hydrogen electrode is taken as 0. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the standard electrode potential of zinc. So zinc is taken as anode and hydrogen is taken as cathode. So the method to calculate is E naught minus E cathode. E naught is equal to E cathode minus E anode. E is naught is equal to cathode, the value of H is 0, minus anode, the deflection can be seen in the ammeter, whatever the value you will be getting there, that you have to put, that is minus 0.76. So by solving this one you will get E naught cell is equal to minus 0.76, that is the electrode potential of zinc. So by this way you can calculate the electrode potential of any of the metal with the help of hydrogen electrode in the normal or at standard temperature and pressure. Here electrochemical series also play a very big role, through which we can easily know which one is having the more tendency to lose electron, or which one is having the tendency to become reduce more fast. So with the help of electrochemical series, first we have to know what do you mean by electrochemical series. So it is the arrangement of element in order of increasing electrode potential value for all the elements. Like let me see where is the electrode potential given. This is our electrochemical series. In this electrochemical series, this is in increasing order of their oxidation capacity, and this is in the decreasing order of their oxidation capacity. Means these are the electrode reaction and standard electrode potential. Here also we are taking this one in terms of hydrogen, like in class 10th also you have studied about the series, that reactivity series which you are taking in terms of hydrogen. Same, the one which is above hydrogen has the ability or more active element they are taking as, the one which is present below the hydrogen is taking as least reactive element. Same here, whatever the element which is present above hydrogen, they have the tendency to lose the electron more easily, and the one which is present below hydrogen, they have the ability to gain electron or easily. That's why fluorine is the one which have the tendency to reduce fast, and lithium, it has the tendency to oxidize fast, means it has the ability to undergo oxidation reaction. That's why it is in the increasing order of oxidation. Lithium is taken as the best one. These all are the reactivity series. Everywhere the value is given, and these values taken by the use of standard hydrogen electrode. Now we will have the application of standard hydrogen electrode. First application, it tells us about oxidation and reducing nature of metal. Means if the value is in negative, then it is taken as the better reducing agent. If the value is given in positive, then it is taken as better oxidizing agent, where lithium is taken as the best reducing agent and fluorine is taken as the best oxidizing agent. Second, it helps us to calculate E naught shell. What is E naught shell? That is the standard electrode potential. What is standard electrode potential? That also we have discussed in the previous class. It is means whenever we are having two half shell, the difference between the electrode and solution is called as standard electrode potential. But whenever we are seeing the difference between the two half shell, it is taken as the E naught shell, that we are calculating with the help of this formula. Third, it also helps us to predict the feasibility of the reaction. It means whether the reaction is feasible or not, that you have to see. The reaction is feasible if the value of E naught cell is given in positive. That we will discuss later also, because del G, that is free energy change, that also you have discussed or you already have studied in class 11th. Some more topic we are having related to this one, that we will discuss later. Next, it helps us to know whether hydrogen is liberated or not liberated. If the value of the metal is in negative, it may release hydrogen gas. Like zinc react with HCl, because zinc is more reactive, then it has the ability to displace hydrogen, and then formation of ZnCl2 takes place and release hydrogen gas. But if it react with copper do not have the tendency to displace hydrogen. That's why there would be no reaction takes place. So these are the some application of electrochemical cell that also may be asked in some of the sometime it may also ask. Like here we have to see the difference between the, before moving forward we have to see the difference between EMF or potential electrode. So first, what is the difference between these? So whenever we are talking about the EMF, it is the potential difference between the two electrode when no current is flowing through the cell. Okay, in between the two shell, it is the potential difference when no current is flowing, and it is the potential difference when current is flowing. Okay, it is cell potential, it is EMF. Second, when maximum voltage is obtained from the cell, then only we can calculate EMF. It can be calculated when it is less than maximum voltage. Work can be calculated when it has done all its maximum work. Here work can be calculated when the work done is not completed. Fourth point is, it is responsible for flow of current. Here it is not responsible for the flow of current. These are the difference between EMF or cell potential, sorry. Okay, with that we have completed today's session. Next we will start with the next topic. Thank you.